This is the WJTS News. In tonight's news, John Watkins is named District 7 Conservation Officer of the Year. Expect flooding now and this weekend. And we continue with our series of comments from Indiana Department of Ag Director Bruce Kettler. Kurt Guxell is in with sports and has comments from Jasper High School track standout Zoe Biggs. And State Senator Mark Messmer is our guest on WJTS Inform, bringing us up to date on this week's legislative actions. All this and more tonight on the WJTS News. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. The Jasper Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying an unknown female subject. Police say the female is a suspect in a theft that occurred at Doodlebug this past Wednesday, February 6th. If anyone has information who this subject is, you are asked to contact the Jasper Police Department at 812-482-2255, 482-2255. Or as always, you can contact the anonymous tip line at 812-481-COPS. The photo is also on our website at WJTS.tv. Heavy rains and even some isolated severe storms during the afternoon hours across southern Indiana Thursday resulted in a few instances of flash flooding across the viewing area. The Jasper Wastewater Treatment Plant reported receiving just over 1 1/4 inch of rain on Thursday alone. But if you consider the rain that fell just over the day or so before, the Jasper plant reported experiencing more than 3 1/4 inch of rain during a more than 48-hour period. Some isolated areas saw even larger totals. Flash flooding was reported in a number of intersections and communities across the area. As mentioned, the band of heavy showers Thursday also included some thunderstorm activity, including severe storms. In fact, reported cloud rotation over Pike County early Thursday afternoon prompted the National Weather Service to issue a tornado warning for parts of Pike County. It was part of a storm that was strong enough to cause some damage to some structures in the Oakland City area. Initially, now the storm did tend to weaken as it headed in a northeasterly direction. Matter of fact, a severe thunderstorm warning was issued for north or northwestern DuBois County as well, but it expired shortly afterwards. The heavy rains on top of the already saturated grounds caused flooding in mostly low-lying areas and small streams and creeks. Rises on larger rivers will be likely through the weekend, so residents can expect to see closures on certain rural roadways over the next few days. Motorists are encouraged to be on the lookout for any flooded areas or roads, and if you do encounter any, do not attempt to drive through those flooded areas. A strong cold front followed by the band of heavy showers with several snow and rain events in the past few weeks. The Indiana Department of Transportation reminds motorists to continue to watch for flooding on state highways, not to mention rural areas. With the ground coming off of a deep freeze coupled with this week's heavy rains in the aftermath of several snow events, the level of many of our waterways will or already have begun to rise above flood stage. Here in INDOT's department's southwestern district, the most common places for flooding are along the Ohio River in the southern portion of the district and along the White River in the eastern and central parts of the district. The Ohio River at Tell City reached flood stage 38 feet by midday today, Friday, and will continue to rise to 39.6 feet or higher. Likewise, the White River at Edwardsport is expected to reach flood stage 15 feet and continue to rise to 23.6 feet by this Monday, February 11th, before cresting. Remember, if you encounter water over the roadway, turn around. Never drive through flood waters. Just a few inches of water is enough to cause a vehicle to stall and float. This could be a very dangerous and potentially deadly situation. Never drive around signs or barricades to attempt to navigate a flooded road. Drivers who do can face fines and other legal matters on top of potentially losing their vehicle in the water. If you do encounter a flooded roadway without warning, please call INDOT's customer service line at 855 INDOT, the number 4 and U. That's 855-463-6848 and report it. A Huntingburg man was placed under arrest Thursday morning after causing a disturbance at the local BMV branch. Around 10 o'clock Thursday morning, an employee at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles branch located in the Southgate Shopping Center in Jasper called the Jasper Police Department in reference to an aggressive customer yelling inside the office and refusing to leave. 44-year-old Jesse Amador, that is, of Huntingburg, is alleged to have been causing a scene inside the store and was disrupting customers along with disturbing employees. When police arrived, they say Amador refused to identify himself and was aggressive toward officers. He was taken into custody and transported to the DuBois County Security Center, where he was booked for disorderly conduct and failure to identify. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department has sent a warning to citizens about what they're calling a new, dangerous, or confusing scam that's apparently been making the rounds. In a release, the Sheriff's Department reported that local law enforcement Wednesday night received a report of a scam in which a victim received a call supposedly from the DuBois County Courthouse telling the citizen that they were at fault for not appearing for jury duty. The caller is alleged to have told the victim that they could pay a fine over the phone by using a prepaid card. The Sheriff's Department says the most convincing concern about this latest scam is that the caller ID was that of the DuBois County Courthouse. Authorities believe the scammer spoofed or copied the courthouse phone number in order to use it in the scam. They say ultimately the victim in this matter paid the scammer over the phone and that money lost will be most likely never returned. In their release, the Sheriff's Department wants to remind everyone of the ongoing scammers and say they are getting clever and more dangerous. Please remember that no government agency will ever demand collection of money over the phone, threaten incarceration or for non-payment, or tell you that they will send the police to your home to assist you if you do not make immediate payment over the phone. Authorities say when in doubt, hang up and contact your local law enforcement agency. Keep in mind that the sad truth of these incidents is that if you fall victim to these scammers, there's little hope that your money will ever be recovered. The Jasper Police Department is asking that businesses around the city update their business profile so that the police department has the most current contact information on file. The form can be located on the City of Jasper website at jasperindiana.gov/e/documents. Email the completed form to bschmidt@jasperindiana.gov. The Martin County Humane Society is now accepting applications for a few of the dogs rescued from a Lugodi puppy mill. More than 70 dogs, along with horses and donkeys, were rescued last month. Many of the dogs suffered from parvo and were in very poor condition when rescued. Now the shelter is accepting applications for the dogs who are doing well. If you are interested and would like to see the dogs that are available, go to humanesocietyofmartincounty.org. The shelter asks that you make an appointment first before stopping in. Martin County Police arrested 73-year-old Julia Arney on charges of animal neglect and cruelty after police received a tip about a puppy mill at her home on Rutherford Road in Lugodi. The Indiana Department of Conservation has selected John Watkins as the department's 2018 Conservation Officer of the Year for Local District 7. A native of LaPorte County in northwest Indiana, Watkins was assigned to DuBois County in 2006. He is active in the DuBois County Hunter Education and 4-H shooting sports programs and serves as a national archery instructor and the school program coach at Northeast DuBois High School. Besides being a perennial leader in enforcement actions and public appearances, Watkins also serves as a National Association of State Boating Law Administrators instructor, background instructor, investigator that is, boat accident investigator, and sonar operator. This is the third time Watkins has been selected for the District 7 Award, which is chosen annually by his peers. He has also won in 2010 and 2012. His other past awards include 3 District Boating Officer of the Year selections and the State of Indiana Boating Officer of the Year Award in 2015. The DNR's 7th district consists of DuBois, Spencer, Pike, Davies, Gibson, Knox, Martin, Posey, Vandenberg, and Warwick counties. The district award puts Watkins in the running for the Pitzer Award, which is given to the top overall conservation officer in the state of Indiana and selected from the 10 district award winners. And now WJTS TV continues our series of comments from an interview with Bruce Kettler. He is the director of the Indiana Department of Agriculture. Kettler was the keynote speaker for the DuBois County Soil and Water Conservation District annual meeting earlier this week. He talks about the state of agriculture in Indiana.
Well, the state of Indiana agriculture is, I would say there's a lot of aspects that are very positive and very good. We have our breadth and depth of the industry in terms of crops, livestock, the hardwood sector, and when we thinking about how we're adding value to all of those segments of the industry, it's very strong. Production agriculture, the livestock segments, particularly the dairy segment, some of the crop, we'd like to see crop prices improved and be better. But overall, I would say it's very strong. We just need to make sure that we're able to get rid of the products that we're producing. We have farmers that are very efficient, very productive, whether it's in the livestock or the crop sectors, and to be able to get rid of those products and ship them and trade them and add value to the products here in Indiana is important to us.
Whether you live in the city or on a farm, Kettler says everyone is affected by the work of the Soil and Water Conservation District.
Well, I think the importance of having people in urban areas understand and appreciate what happens in rural areas comes from a lot of areas. One, obviously, when we're talking about production agriculture, whether it's livestock, crop production, being able to make sure that the water that comes off of the land or that gets used for livestock production remains clean. People in the urban areas, like everybody, whether they're rural or urban, we want clean air, we want clean water. More importantly, we want safe and healthy food as well, and that's really an important part of what the conservation districts and the efforts of farmers involved in conservation can do, is to make sure that that land is taken care of, that it's passed down to generations, and that the air and water that we all participate and enjoy is clean.
For more information on the DuBois County Soil and Water Conservation District, contact Judy Brown at the Jasper office on Executive Boulevard. The district promotes to all citizens, both agricultural and non-agricultural, the vital benefits of protecting and preserving all natural resources. And now this traffic note. Officials with the DuBois County Highway Department say they will be closing Wernsing Road between US 231 and Division Road at the bridge in Jasper early next week. The closure is due to core drilling that will take place from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. on Monday. Now please stay tuned. Weather, sports, and Inform with District 48 State Senator Mark Messmer are still to come on 18 WJTS News.